Presented by That Time I Got Reincarnated in the same world as an anime podcaster, this is Shonen Jumping the Gun, the show where we set our sights on the first chapter of a manga and decide if it's a misfire or a bullseye.
Let's see how many rounds are in this magazine.
On today's episode, this is a reverse exorcist manga. It is Shaman King. Welcome, foolish listeners, to the podcast. I am your host, your ghost host, Moxidine, here with the Sultan of Spirits, the Guru of Ghosts, the Ace of Apparition, the funky phantasm himself, Isekai Sensei Sama Brad. Brad, how you doing?
Boo!
Ah! You scared me. You took on a ghost. You were the link between the spirit world and the physical world. You took on a ghost that scared me. Welcome,
I'm the
everybody.
ghost with the most.
Ghost with the most. We are back with the Foxbox arc, where the wheels continue to come off, because originally this episode was planned to be Metabots.
That's 2 in a row, people.
Until I learned that the Metabots manga has nothing to do with the anime. There is no manga that corresponds with the anime. Our last 2 episodes, I messed up the episode that corresponded with the chapter. But in this case, I did my research, and it's like the anime is based on the video game, because Metabots was originally a video game, and then it became a manga and an anime. I think very confusing. And also, the accessibility of me to get that in English further complicated it. So there may be a bonus episode in the vein of Fighting Foodons. We will watch Metabots.
And play the game.
Maybe, I'm sure I can find it somewhere. Because that's what I remember. I remember watching anime. I remember playing the game my friends had on like Game Boy Advance or something. So instead, we've skipped ahead to the next episode. We are covering Shaman King, which... Brett, have you ever read Shaman King? Have you heard of Shaman King?
I had heard of it, yeah.
Okay, I had. I don't think I had ever seen this back in the day. And if I had, it was only like commercials. Like, I don't remember.
I've definitely seen
the show.
I think I've seen clips, but nothing like major.
Yeah.
But I definitely heard of it. Yeah.
It showed up in the back of a lot of Shonen Jump series I was reading, but I don't think I ever read it.
I definitely have never read it.
Yes. So Shaman King is written and arted by Hiroyuki Takai, who it seems like he just keeps coming back to do Shaman King spin-offs. That was something I learned. This manga is on K-Manga. You can also read the first chapter on the Kodansha website, because very confusingly, Kodansha owns the publishing rights for this in the West, even though this is, you'll learn in a second. I guess I'll just say it now. It ran in Weekly Shonen Jump from June 1998 to August 2004 for 32 volumes. Very strange, the weird way that these things come out, that it's like, this is not on the Jump app, and that Kodansha is publishing it, not Shueisha, in America at least.
Yeah.
Very strange. But it seems like he mostly comes back, because that was the thing on K-Manga, was that it's like, there's like 6 or 7 different Shaman King spin-offs, sequels, prequels. I don't know. I only read the first chapter. So like I said, it ran from 1998 to 2004. The original anime ran for 64 episodes between 2001 and 2002. You might notice the manga wasn't done yet for that time. And that's just how they did it back in the day. They then came back to remake it fairly recently in 2021 for 52 episodes, which still feels too short for 32 volumes. You should not have only 20 more episodes than you have volumes. Not chapters, volumes. Like, obviously you don't want to necessarily do 1-to-1 chapter an episode, but that still does not feel like enough.
Yeah.
But we're here because the Foxbox got the anime rights for it and aired it in 2003, which is around the same time Viz got the manga license originally and printed in an American Shonen Jump. So that magazine I think we've talked about before that I did get, maybe I saw some of it in there as well, of Jump published a magazine in America with a hodgepodge of series from through time. So like Shaman King's in there, Dragon Ball's probably... No, not Dragon Ball. Sandland was in there. We'll be covering Sandland at some point. Yu Yu Hakusho is in there, which is like such a strange thing. Naruto was in there. One Piece was in there. Very strange. Very odd thing. I don't know if I could do more research on a way that would be interesting or hook to something else, but just very strange going to that. So without further ado, let's get to my Moxie's Mox Speed manga summary. Wandering souls of the dead, forest spirits, even ancient gods. Okay, this you're not hearing this contiguously. Contiguously to me, I just recorded another episode where I talked about this, and a week ago from that, we heard an episode where I talked about this. We're in old jump, so they're starting with a weird quote that is supposed to set up a tonal thing. But
we're in old jump, so we get that, except we also get that now.
In new jump. But we didn't get in the newest jump that we covered, but maybe other episodes that you heard, they do it again. Time is weird.
We'll find out next week, which for you will be a month ago.
Wandering souls of the dead, forest spirits, even ancient gods. There are people who can communicate freely with these beings and evoke into this world powers beyond humanity. They are called shamans. Reincarnation 1, the boy who dances with ghosts.
That's a good one.
What?
The what they call chapters.
Yeah, I do love that.
He
doesn't dance with them, though.
Yeah.
It's kind of a letdown. But yeah, reincarnation I like.
Well, he dances with them in his soul.
Sure.
Anyways, we'll get there. I like when we talked about this with, I think it was Shika High Dance Club.
Yes.
Where they call chapters something different.
Yes, I love that.
But when they really make sense, it's just like chef's kiss.
Good stuff. Our being of an audience surrogate runs hurriedly through the streets. Cram school went late. He's never going to make the last train. He goes to cut through the cemetery and... Who's that dude just chilling all alone in the cemetery at night? Is he a ghost? Our little bean goes running, but the boy notices him. Care to stargaze with us? What's this us business? It's just you. Oh my God, look at all those ghosts! The boy says they are his friends, but Beanchild screams in fear and goes running. Cut to tomorrow at school, possibly of the cram variety, and we learn Beanchild's name is Monta, and all of his classmates smack talk him that ghosts aren't real, you're crazy.
I think he's in regular school and
I do think
school.
he's in regular school. It's a very mean school. There's like a bunch of posters that are basically like, if you're not first, you're last, that I thought were pretty funny. Then a new student arrives, Yo Asakura. Wait, that's the guy from the cemetery! He's the ghost guy! No, I'm not. Ghosts aren't real, stupid, says Yo tiredly, which just pisses off Monta. He's the guy! I'm gonna follow him and expose him! Monta does this, but finds Yo just listens to music and hangs out around enjoying nature for hours, until Yo finally notices Monta. Yo confirms he is in fact Ghost Boy, but doesn't want the secret getting out because it'd be a pain. He is a shaman, a link between the physical and spiritual world. Monta is pissed off. He looks it up in the dictionary. I like that he looks up shaman in the dictionary. I guess because it's not as if they're literally saying shaman in Japanese.
I mean, he's literally audience insert, so it's like, is this something that a lot of people would know?
And the answer is
no,
maybe not.
So what would you do?
But also the first page told you what a shaman is. Whatever. I guess sort of, kind of. He is a shaman. Yeah. He looks it up. There is no way this is real. What a crock. Dumb idiot just goes around all day chilling and listening to music and... that actually seems kind of nice. I wish I could do that. Just, stare up at the stars. Cut to the cemetery, and a bunch of biker punks have taken it over. Their leader, Wooden Sword Ryu, kicks down the grave of a feared local samurai, Adamaru. His boys tell him he'll be cursed for doing this, but this just causes Ryu to smash the grave to pieces with his wooden sword. Ghosts are dumb and not real. At this moment, they spot Monta, who is attempting, I'm assuming, to either find Yo. I'm assuming he's trying to find Yo in the graveyard.
Yeah.
I don't think he's just moving through normally. And all the gang members beat the snot out of him. At school the next day, Monta's classmates once again make fun of him until Yo arrives and said, ghosts do exist. His ghostly friends at the cemetery told him what happened to Monta, and they're going to do something about it because Yo and Monta are friends now. Because supposedly only good people can see ghosts, and Monta could see ghosts, ergo. Good bean. Yo,
definitely a human being.
He's a bean. Yo is undaunted by the danger of violence as they beeline to the graveyard. He tells the punks their neighbors in the afterlife want them out, and one in particular is just dying to fight them. In this moment, the spirit of Adamaru appears, a samurai ghost, but the punks can't see him.
Amidamaru.
Because he's got the Buddhist, Amidbutsu, whatever the heck it is. I don't remember what it's the exact phrasing, but it's like one of those mantras. Mantra. The big samurai guy appears, but the punks can't see him, only Monta and Yo. Yo then fuses. I thought it said fusses. Yo then fuses without
You then fusses.
Yo then fusses. Yo then fuses with Adimaru as the spirit medium and uses his power to beat up the punks with ease, including Wooden Sword Ryu. With the punks driven out, the ghosts all celebrate their Shaman Yo, Oh, I've been spelling it wrong this whole time. It's YOH. That is the right one. I don't know why I did YOU. I wonder if Google Docs auto-translated it or fixed it.
I only see it wrong in that one spot.
It's YOU. It's not YOU. It's YOH.
Yeah.
And every other time, a bunch of other times I've seen it says you. But everybody celebrates, and this begins Montaigneau's journey and adventure in the world of spirits. So this is very. I thought I was gonna like this more.
You didn't?
I thought it was fine. I don't know.
I thought this would be. I thought you'd be all about this.
I don't know if I just wasn't in the right mood for it, but I was just very like. It's like I couldn't tell you anything that was wrong with it. It just like didn't grab me, and I don't know if I just like missed the bus or something.
I thought it was pretty good. I mean, especially for something this old. Like
yeah, this is like right around the time when like Naruto and Bleach are starting.
Yeah.
Why is this one? I wonder why this one. I was like. When I was Googling, somebody had a thread about it, but it's like, it's weird, like, and maybe it's just because of how it's in the West, it's like, I don't think about this as a Shonen Jump series, but it is. It literally was published in Weekly Shonen Jump for many volumes, like, hundreds of chapters. I don't think about it.
That this, especially for here, but maybe somewhat in Japan as well, I think this was coming out at a time where like realism and danger and violence and stuff was popular. I mean, you look at Bleach and Naruto and all that kind of stuff. It's like we wanted some grittiness and stuff, and this is very cartoony.
Yes, I would agree with that. Like the comedy, our little bean guy Monta is very like he feels like an era of comedy. I don't think it was a bad one. I thought he was like funny, but in a very kind of. I mean, again, I don't know if I was just not in a great mood when I read it. I didn't think I was in a bad mood, but just like I was very, I don't know, it just didn't get its hooks into me. Because yeah, I like the way he's drawn. Like he's just such a weird little guy. He is. Like, I couldn't stop thinking about like asked you in the car earlier. We're going to get dinner. It's like he's got like a little dumpy on him. Like he's just this little guy. Like he's got a little butt on him, and I'm like, tee. I don't know. Yo seems cool. The weird like spirit orb design I remember seeing. I don't remember where.
It's pretty iconic.
It is. I don't know if it's good.
It's fine.
Yeah, I would say that's what it like. That's where it's like I don't know if I saw more of this, I would like settle in on it. And maybe some of this is also shaped by like when I was Googling information and people were talking about like where the series goes. And I don't know. Honestly, the thing that I was most excited about was getting to hear. I have no idea what Ryu's going to sound like, but I'm really excited to know what he sounds like in the dub. There's just some thread in my body that says his voice is going to be like, he's going to be Elvis-y or something. I don't know. I'm excited for it. That was like the main thing I remember of reading this. But like, it's well put together. The whole like, set up spirits, he can see them. He takes on their power. Who can see it, who can't. I don't know. I don't know what it seems off with it. Because you're also like, it's fine. It's not great. It's like good. It's like fine to good. I know I'm getting ahead of myself.
I don't really think there's anything off with it. I just don't think that
there's not enough on with it. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
it's like I don't know why. Usually I'd have to go like something is off when because it's like all the pieces are here. Like I don't know why I'm not. Maybe because it's not like cool. Maybe it moves too quickly. Maybe our protagonist in surrogate is a little too all over the place. Like I don't know. Like maybe this is very much of the era of like it makes me think of Zatch Bell. Someday we'll somehow cover Zatch Bell. I don't know how.
Yeah.
In what context, but like it just makes me think of that Zatch Bell of like a bunch of kids with power in a tournament, and at least in that case, at least the main guy in Zatch Bell, who's not Zatch, is in like all the cram school stuffs, and he's super smart. And him getting Zatch is supposed to make him slow down. And I feel like that's this here of just Monta is in cram schools and all this stuff, and this is what's going to make him stop. And it's like, will he get spirit powers? I don't know. I genuinely have no idea. He can see them, so he's got some latentness to it, I guess.
I don't think there's necessarily anything bad about this. I think the art is interesting.
I like the art for the most part.
For me specifically, like the character designs, they are very there's a huge variety.
Yes.
Which you don't see very often. Like a lot of times there's like different character designs, but like from one character to the next, there are hallmarks of an art style, but this
Yes.
one has a huge range
Yes, I would agree with
within
that.
the sort of cartoony nature that
Yeah.
has going.
This feels like a family branch of Bleach.
Yeah, maybe.
But
But,
like you said, more cartoony, but like it feels related. It's very, and maybe it's just because I'm thinking of Yo with his headphones, feels very late 90s, early 2000s.
Oh, certainly, yeah.
Like probably on the, they're on the cusp of the millennium, so.
But I think, I thought it was paced well.
Yeah.
I don't think it rushed really.
No.
It told a nice compact story to kick things off. The character introductions were good. We didn't get a lot of characterization from Yo because we're mostly following
Manta. And
the
Yo
whole
kind of
time.
gets painted through Manta of he's a real chill
Right.
dude.
But I don't think that's necessarily a detriment.
No.
So I think overall it was doing a lot of good stuff and it did it well. I think, and maybe you sort of touched on this, there's just not anything to hook you.
I mean, maybe because I've seen this. This is I know we made the joke. I don't know if it's the intro you chose, but one of our intros is basically this is not a reverse exorcism manga necessarily, but this is an exorcist manga that's not. He's not banishing spirits. He's taking on spirit power to fight. I mean, in this case, injustice, but it was that was another thing when that initial shot of everybody seeing all the dead ghosts. I thought, have you ever seen Paranorman?
Did you see George Joestar in there?
No. What? Really?
The fighter pilot.
Oh no. Because when I saw the fighter pilot, I thought of Paranorman. Because one of the gags in Paranorman when he's walking down the street is there is a parachutist who's impaled on a tree. Now, why somebody parachuting in World War I or II has died in suburban Massachusetts, I don't know.
That's
by
a good
getting impaled on a tree, I don't know. But
no, I'm pretty sure that's George. That's Joseph Joestar's dad.
it's Jorge.
Yeah, Jorge.
Jorge Joestar.
We never looked up why he's called Jorge.
I think it's so he could have a J, so he'd become a JoJo, because George is a G, but Jorge is a J.
Oh, that's yeah.
That was my thought when I was listening to the episode. That one you guys heard 2 months ago. But no, it just feels like it's maybe it's from an era, and I just don't have enough I feel like if I had nostalgia for this, I'd be a lot more hot on it, and I'm not. Like you said, there's nothing wrong with it. It just feels like it's missing some sauce, but it has sauce, so I'm confused.
Yeah, you can't really put your finger on it. It's more just a feeling thing, I think.
I think it's honestly moving back in time fatigue, because like I said, I've seen the he can't see spirits, but the guy we're following can see spirits, and it's not even this is I went in going, this is hackneyed. I think I'm just noticing now where it's I've seen this story. I've seen this story many, many, many times.
I think this
forms.
probably was one of the earlier ones.
Oh yeah, certainly.
And I think that it did a good job setting up all these things. So
I think sometimes something can be in the moment be revolutionary, and then when you go back, it can be lost in the shuffle of what came after. Some things that are trendsetters can stick around afterwards. I feel very fitting to that. JoJo is one of those. Where it's this is the starter of a lot of things, but also when you go back to it, it still stands out. And I think sometimes things are trailblazers that when you go back, they become... Well, it's not that trails, because Bleach is around. I don't think Bleach is the newest thing of The Exorcist. I don't think Shaman King is either, but I think there's something clearly in the air of making a hipper version of The Exorcist. We'll have our Exorcist arc at some point where we look at a lot of older series, because that's what I've been wanting to do.
I think Bleach...
I don't think Shaman King is the first thing to do this by any stretch.
I think Bleach had higher stakes out of the gate. So I think maybe the thing that's not grabbing us is what is the reason for being here?
Yeah, maybe that's it, because we're following Manta, and mostly his thing is I'm in cram school, and it would be nice if I wasn't.
Yeah.
And here's this guy who's really chill, but it doesn't feel because it's I think Yo says he's there to train as a shaman as well. That's why he moved, because he's there by himself,
right?
Without his family, if he even has parents who are alive. I don't know.
We had no inkling of a greater threat that's going on, and you don't necessarily need that. I mean,
no.
So going back to the thing that we recorded earlier, which you heard a month ago,
yeah,
under Doctor. We had no indication of some grander threat, but there were hooks to things that we want to know about the Doctor.
Yeah, I guess there's no hooks besides, like, he's a shaman. It was a ghost adventure.
Yeah.
And that the spice on this one wasn't kicking enough for me to go, like, wow, I want more of these. Because, again, time and our own show, and even without the show, like, I've seen this story many times. I'm thinking of Kyokuto Necromance comes to mind.
Okay.
I'm sure if I looked at the list, others would come to mind of, somebody taking on a spirit power to fight other people. Technically, also JoJo fits that with stands, but also kind of not, but also kind of yes. Like, but there's also just a bunch of Exorcist garbage we've read. That has been similar.
Let's be very clear. This was way better than Kyokuto Necromance.
Oh yes, I would say so. Yeah,
Kyokuto Necromance was interesting at the start.
It had intrigue,
but it was not necessarily good.
Correct. It wasn't great. It was fine, but it had intrigue. And a weird art style that was different than other things in the magazine.
Yeah,
but
and this doesn't. Yeah, Shaman King doesn't really have intrigue. It doesn't really have a hook.
It's very jumpy, though.
It's what it is doing is it's very much a setup for a Monster of the Week thing.
Yes. I feel like this would work really well. That was the thing I got to the end. I'm like, I'm excited to see the 4Kids version because I think it's going to add the spice that I'm wanting, and I think it works well as television.
Yeah.
We'll see that then shortly. But yeah, maybe that's it. Maybe there's no call to bigger stakes. Again, I think just that and genre fatigue, maybe. Because there wasn't anything I hadn't seen before. And it's not like... And, I can still get my socks wound off from stuff that I've seen before, but I think this one just didn't have enough rocket fuel to overcome the crossed arms of, like, yes, it's an Exorcist manga. I know. Oh, he can see ghosts. He can see... Oh, then we're friends now. Like,
what percentage of series that we've covered are Exorcist manga?
I would be very curious to do a genre breakdown of a pie chart, maybe. I'm very much feeling like obviously other things can still do all this stuff, and I don't feel. But have you ever seen They Live? Do you know about They Live? Mm-hmm. That's what I'm feeling here.
I'm
I feel
here to kick ass and chew bubble gum,
and I'm all out of
bubble gum.
I feel like I've put the glasses on.
Put on the glasses.
I just put them on the page.
I don't want to. What are you doing?
Put the glasses on. But no, I feel like I'm looking at the page, and in big block letters, it just says Shonen Exorcist. Yeah. Which is like, I feel like I'm being mean to the show, to this manga, Shaman King, because I know people like this. I think I'm just fatigued. I think I'm just excited to watch the anime.
This is also probably the kind of thing where it's like, something can be good, but just not for you.
Yes. Oh, exactly. I think that's why I'm just like trying to answer the question of like, why was I very unenthused by this? Because it seemed like I can't go, oh no, this I didn't like, or this was bad. It was just like, no, it just kind of fit together and it worked. I can,
I will say
your point of it not having a bigger call to mystery is maybe a thing, but I wouldn't call that a glaring fault.
I was reading it and going, oh, Moxie should like this.
Oh.
And I mean, do you like the art style? And
I liked the art. The art was fine. Yeah. I don't know. The little spirit ball was kind of lame then, and like his after the drawing of the samurai was really cool. Yo having the power was kind of a step down. Yeah, visually.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
They sell the whole like, oh man, he's got a completely different vibe. I'm like, it's still.
I think all the spirits go to like a ball and then have some.
I think you save the ball for later. The ball is very much of this is the cute marketing that we put in the interstitials, and I think the ball is not something.
Yeah.
You don't instantly go, hey, he has this cool big form, but I made a smaller, easier to draw.
If you just skip the part where he puts it inside him.
Yeah.
And just sort of go, oh wait, what happened? It's inside him now.
Yeah, it was like. Not needed. You could just go, you could just take it on and not like again, the ball form is in the future when the artist doesn't want to draw the big guy or the big detailed thing, but it's like, you can't do that in chapter 1.
Well, plus he already drew the detailed part a whole bunch.
Yeah. Draw some more. Or just have him take the power run. Don't make the weird cutesy ball right out of the gate. Like that just undercuts things. I don't know. Do you have any final thoughts before we go watch the episode? Because I think I'm just going to continue to find things to harp on, and I don't want to do that.
Yeah, I mean, I think we should just end with an affirmation that like it wasn't bad.
I guess do we like, I don't know if we did the other ones, but this one's going to be more. This one's actually going to be. I think this is the first time in the arc we're actually going to have read a chapter that directly relates to the anime. I made sure of it.
Okay,
I checked it. But no,
the first time.
I think this is good. I feel this is fine.
Yeah.
I feel this is fine. Parentheses inexplicable.
I'm pretty much in the same spot. I'm gonna caveat some of this. So I think that this is good, like solidly good.
Yeah.
Not the kind of like wishy-washy. Maybe it's going down, but like no, like the technical, the technical qualities of this are solid.
It has a personality. It has fingerprints. It has cool designs. It knows how to put a story together. Like it has all the pieces. Like that's why I have fine inexplicable as my feelings.
Right.
Like I don't know why I feel like this exactly.
And if someone told me that they thought it was great, I wouldn't argue.
I would.
them.
Yeah, I would say I'm glad you're enjoying it genuinely.
I feel. I'm gonna say fine to good.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm gonna go from down to up. Because I'm overall positive on it. I'm not like, I didn't finish it and go, what a waste of time. I was like, yeah, okay, cool. I don't think I necessarily am interested in the rest of it, but like, yeah.
Yeah, that's fitting. That's fitting. Well, let's go watch the Foxbox 4Kids episode 1 dub at an edit and see how we feel.
And then maybe I'll be like, I need to read all of it.
I know, I need to watch more of it. Catch you on the flip-flop.
Welcome to the Foxbox.
And we're back on JetX. This one was on JetX, actually. I mean, it's still the Foxbox, but I think JetX was their Saturday. I guess it's all Saturday morning. But JetX was later. JetX was Sonic X. We'd be covering Sonic X if we could. But there's no manga that goes with it. So hi,
the guy who voices Manta voices Big the Cat in Sonic X.
Okay, which is weird because Big the Cat is normally voiced by Duke Nukem.
In the games.
In the games. I don't know if that's still true. I'm assuming Big is
John St. John.
John St. John. He also is here to kick ass and chew bubblegum when he's all out of gum, but in a different way than the last time we talked about that. So we are back.
I'm here to kick ass and find Froggy.
Find Froggy.
And I can't find Froggy.
We're distracting ourselves. So we are back from watching the 4Kids Foxbox dub of episode 1 of Shaman King. And I feel like for everything that I had planned in this arc and everything that we are still going to cover, I think this one is their most straightforward one.
Probably.
Because there's no way fighting Foodons is serious. And I don't know about Metabots. Metabots is maybe kind of there, but this is one. There's no funny there's very little humor that wasn't already present in the original work, it seems like. There's very little wordplay. It's honestly very straightforward. It's like weirdly subdued. Which is also not true. I don't remember One Piece being like that for them a little bit. I could be wrong. It's been a while. But no, very interesting. We've already seen with some of the other ones that they like to change names to make them more American, and everybody keeps their name except Manta, who is now Mortimer, or as they call him, Morty.
It's so weird,
which is strange because
he's the first one that we hear his name,
and we're like, okay,
and
cool,
we're like, okay, yeah. Of course, you localize the names, and then they just proceed to say the same name.
They say Ryu. They say however the freaking heck you say the samurai name, which I keep screwing up.
Amidamala,
Abrigdala. That was the one that really caught me off guard. Yeah, Goku, but also. I gotta stay in order. It just seems strange, and it's like I liked if they were gonna change it. I like Morty. I think it fits, but also Mort, death. He's in this version again. I don't know if this is a dubism or it's the anime because the anime the first episode does change things in a way that I don't think is just the 4Kids edit.
There's a couple changes, but I didn't think any of them really mattered.
No, they're a little reshuffling. It's like when he goes to follow. I'm just going to call him Mortimer or Morty because I like that name better. When Morty goes to follow Yo to see what his deal is, there's like the part where he freaks out, and instead of Yo seeing him and telling him he's a shaman, he just disappears. And then that is what gives Mortimer the reason to go to the graveyard where the gang is, who are called the Dead Enders, which again, that feels like a 4Kidsism. Mm-hmm. I loved that. That was great. So that's why he's there. He is looking for Yo, but he also doesn't know what Yo's deal is at this point. So he's just trying to get confirmation of what he saw, which I like better because then you learn it later, but then at least you learn it at the end of the chapter and not the middle when it feels like it should be. It's like, it's not a reveal. So Mortimer is going into the graveyard to find Yo, which makes more sense than him just sort of randomly wandering there later to watch the stars with him, because he still wants to find him to confirm what he saw. And I like that setup more because it keeps the mystery going longer. I still don't think it's like a revelation. It wasn't like the things that were changed were not as drastic as like the Ultimate Muscle episode that we watched changed, or even the Mew Mew Power episode.
Well, Mew Mew was just a later episode that they
no,
put
but then
first.
when we watched the Japanese first episode, it just that one felt more coherent.
Yeah.
But everything generally happened as it happened. Nah, it changed a little bit, but like this one was.
They didn't meet any of the girls, and
You're right. You're correct. They
That was
made
a
it. They
big
made it
change.
better. They made it an improvement. Ultimate Muscle, you could have gone either way on. I think there's pros and cons to the way that they did things in the manga and the show, whatever. But, side note, the Dead Ender's there. I know I said I was really excited for the Ryu's voice. I was very let down by it, but
let
in a
down,
way that
but
I was
also it was
intrigued.
amazing.
It is Sean Schimmel. It's me, Goku. It is Goku early in his career, because you got to remember this is the early 2000s, and he is doing a voice that we have just as deemed Mediterranean.
Mediterranean.
It's kind of Spanish. It's kind of Italian-y.
Maybe Greek. Who knows?
Maybe a little Greek in there. It was like I could hear it in the corners of him. Like, that's Goku. That's Sean Schimmel. And it took you a hot second. Then when you got on, you're like, I can't unhear it. And I'm like, good.
It's weird because he sort of went in and out of sort of just
he's
his
passionate
normal...
and he's got the little ums in there.
Yeah.
But he's not full tilt like Spanish guy. Like he's not full on shoot, why is my brain going to this is not helpful because I can only picture it as an image. It's an old Suda 51 game. Shadows of the Damned. The main character there is very Spanish, and he talks like the fucking book from It Takes Two.
Oh my god,
I hate that book. I heard his voice in something else recently, and I cursed the book.
Dr. Love. What was his name?
I don't remember.
Was it Doctor or Professor?
Who cares? That game fucking sucks emotionally.
I am the Book of Love.
The Book of Love. You should not get a divorce, even though it's very clear you should get a divorce. No, but
don't get a divorce because of your child.
You need to torture your child by breaking her toys in front of her to make her cry. You shouldn't get a divorce. You should torture your child instead. No, back on track. But no, he's very like, yes. But he's not like full tilt, because I don't think Sean Schimmel has that in him, or he's not being directed to go there.
I don't know.
So it's just a very, like, I thought he was going to have like a big, like, Elvis-y Johnny Bravo voice, and he just didn't, and it was a very bummer. Like I said, this was like the most subdued of all the 4Kids dubs, probably, just because Shaman King's so much more straightforward. I liked Mortimer's voice actor. I think he got the memo. He, she, whatever got the memo. We never figured out fully who it was.
Oh, which brings me
because you wanted a chase for it
to this very specific point, which is it's not a Foxbox 4Kids issue. This is an issue of specifically the anime in general, which is they de-sauced the hell out of the art.
Yes, it is very It is very early 2000s anime. It could be worse because it's very clearly like
certainly.
digital, and we've seen some other digital ones from that era that have aged like rotten. Already rotten milk at the time, and then 2 decades have passed. So it doesn't look bad, but comparative to the manga, it does seem like the sauce has been sucked out of it more.
All the characters,
all the background
very
characters look
like
very generic,
sanded down.
Yes. They're a lot less cartoony.
Yeah, Mortimer is not as much of a bean.
He's not as the bean. He does not.
He
have
is
a dump.
still incredibly small with a gigantic head.
He's got big little guy energies,
So,
but he's no longer a bean with a dumpy.
I would say the visual language of the characters is still the same, but like it doesn't have
style.
any of the flavor that it did.
No. The fight itself is very, and I don't know. Again, we didn't watch the Japanese thing, so I don't know how much of the edit. Like the fight itself is very ho hum visually. It just feels like it just sort of pops off. Like it all of a sudden, it's like the samurai guy is there, and then he turns into the ball, and then they fuse, and then he does the thing, and there's like no breath. It just feels like it just sort of pops off all at once, and everything's out. It's like the snake's coming out of the can. It's like, and it's over.
Yep.
And you're just like, oh, okay. I feel like this feels like an important moment that should have had time to read. And it's like there's a big animation of him doing it that feels like it's a canned animation we'll see again in the future episode.
Magical girl transformation.
Yeah, that's what I called it, but it still feels very like. it feels very like, what, we're doing this now, and it's just sort of happening, and we're not making a big deal of it, even though the animation is telling me. It's very just strange. Yo's voice is wrong.
It's not. It could be worse.
Well, everything could be worse. That's an easy thing to say.
I mean,
it's not right.
I mean, it could be worse in so much as like it wasn't bad, but it could have been so much better.
It doesn't fit him. It's very. I said he sounds like Michael Jackson because he's very airy and he talks kind of quick. And not that I think Yo's gonna have this deep, bassy voice, but like he seems like someone who would sound cooler and more chill, and he doesn't sound like either of those things. And I don't know what he sounds like in the Japanese version, and I don't know if I would understand his tone in the Japanese version, but like, he seems like a chill guy who is cool, and that is not the sound. He's got a little bit up here. He's like, hey, buddy, what's going on? Like, again, he's got that sort of Michael Jackson.
Hey, buddy.
Not that far.
You want to see some ghosts?
It's not that far, but
come with me to the graveyard.
Closer to that than I'd like. So, yeah.
I'm going to put a ghost inside you.
Stop. Please stop. He's going to put a ghost inside of himself. Though Mortimer asks he wants to get spirit powers, and I think from that he will get spirit powers later. But no, I think collectively, I'm very disappointed by this episode. I was kind of excited for this. I was excited for this outside of the Foxbox angle. Shaman King was on my radar to cover an episode at some point. Maybe not necessarily in this arc, but just even before this arc existed. I knew I wanted to cover Shaman King at one point because it's something I remember seeing a lot in the peripheries when I was growing up and reading manga. Because like I said, it was like always in the back of the Jump manga I was reading because that was back when Viz still had the license for it, which is weird to think about now. It's like Viz, the company who does the Shonen Jump stuff and works with Shueisha, doesn't have it right now. Kodansha has it. Just very odd.
Capitalism.
Licensing is strange.
I think just overall, like, there's so much here that could be better, and I think the manga is better than the anime. I don't think the anime is bad.
No,
but I think the manga is better.
For at least for this first one,
care for the manga.
Yeah, that's fitting. Man, I feel bad about this episode. Not as much as like Slam Dunk and some other stuff, but I'm just very like, I don't know. Maybe people agree with me. I don't know. But yeah, just like went into this with higher expectations. Like, oh man, Shaman King. I remember seeing this everywhere. Like, I know it got a remake. Like, I'm sure it's pretty. Like, it's probably in the vein of like Bleach. And I'm just like, yeah.
I think both.
And I don't know. Again, I don't know how much of it's me missing the bus nostalgia-wise or something on it.
Yeah.
But then I was like, oh, the 4Kids dub. They'll do crazy, wacky stuff with it. But it's like,
Nope.
No, they've kind of chillaxed by this point. And I think it also is by the fact that it's like Shaman King is not a comedy. Like Ultimate Muscle is a comedy. Mew Mew Power is a slice of life, and thus makes it space for comedy and wordplay and just general like wackiness and hijinks. So, how that will fare for our other ones in this arc. We'll find out. I don't know. I don't remember. But they are the other ones I have seen when I was a kid. So I'm very curious to see what we will find going back on it. But this was one that was more of a periphery knowledgeability and not an actual, like, I sat down and watched this. Whether that was the first episode or a different episode, I don't know. But I think my feelings for Shaman King remain the same pre-me watching the episode as post-me watching the episode. I don't think the episode did anything either through its own editing or through the dub that was like, oh, I get it now, or like, oh, something new is here that I like more, in the vein that we had with like Ultimate Muscle. Feel like it had a lot of extra juice on top of what it was already that would make me go, oh man, I want to watch more of this. Mm-hmm. And Mew Mew Power, but that was more of just, it made
more sense.
It was a coherent thing, and that felt like it stunk more of the time period and its meddling, and maybe that's why like this feels very unmeddled outside of Mortimer.
I think I'm going to say this is unfortunate, but I think unfortunately for me at least, Shaman King is mid. Yeah, Shaman King is mid, and maybe it picks up more later. I don't know. But right now, Shaman King feels mid. I want to give it some credit. I'm saying it's leaning onto the good side of mid, but it's still definitely in mid territory.
There's nothing here. And the anime's not helping it. I'm tired.
Was it that bad?
I'm cold and tired, Brad, in my own home.
Where's your blanket?
I forgot it upstairs. So yeah, I think are your feelings still the same?
Yeah, I
now
don't
that
think
they've
I
augmented
would.
by the anime. Has the anime changed your feelings? Are you kind of where you were before?
I don't think I would change my assessment at all.
Yeah, I'd be. This is not for this arc, but I would be very curious with what the 2021 anime's first episode would be, if that would inject some extra juice into it or not.
Maybe we'll have a bonus episode where we just check out all kinds of stuff.
I think what I've learned from this arc is I want to do a future. I don't want to do this all the time, but I do want to do a future arc where we do this again, where it's not specifically the English dubs, where we read a chapter of a manga and then we watch an episode of it and try to get a wide, time period thing. Because I know we had another idea of anime that like either don't have a manga or the manga was written very specifically after the anime happened. We had an arc for that, but I like this like comparison point. I think is interesting. I think this one just wanders off further away than that would normally be, but I think there's something interesting there to see in like an adaptation of it. So I feel like it's very obviously would not buy. I'm not going to use my free chapter tickets on K-Manga to read more of Shaman King. I'm just going to not read more Shaman King. This will probably exit my mind until this episode comes out, and then I'll probably talk a little bit in the Discord, and then I'll never think about it again, honestly. Which, again, feels weird. This felt like such a, not a tent pole, but like a something.
I think there's
I'm surprised.
There's a way I could be talked into reading more Shaman King, but like...
You'd have to be really convincing for me.
Yeah.
Man, the energies went out of the
There'd
sails.
have to be a good reason.
Yeah.
Someone would have to be like, hey, listen, I want to talk about this thing, and this thing's really cool. You should read more of this.
Yeah. Is there a Chimera Ant arc in Shaman King? Mostly what I saw is the middle gets really boring, and the ending kind of falls, the wheels fall off, and that was also kind of colored my feelings moving into it, I'm sure. But Brad, summon a spirit that can end the podcast, that can read the credits. Do a shaman of a great credits reader.
I summon Jorge Joestar.
You're still on that. What JoJo would be the best at reading credits? I know, what a strange question to ask. I know, I keep hopping between them.
Jotaro, probably?
He's got a good voice for it.
He's the smartest one, right? He's a fucking dolphin researcher.
He's a marine biologist, which I think means he went to college. I don't think... Jolene went to prison. Giorno is a criminal. Jonathan was an archaeologist. I think he did a lot of schooling. He came from money. Ranking the JoJos on their smartness. Yeah, Jotaro, because he actually went to school.
Jonathan second.
Yeah. Josuke's a delinquent. I don't think he actually goes to school.
He would still probably be third, though.
Would he?
Yeah.
I guess we saying book smarts, or because like Joseph's very clever.
Yes, book smarts.
Okay, then not Joseph.
Not Joseph.
Not Joseph. Jolene's in prison. Giorno's a criminal. I don't even know what Giorno did before part 5 happened. He just sort of appears. Dio's not raising him. Did he go to school?
And I think the new...
Can he read?
The JoJo in Steel Ball Run, I don't think is very smart.
No. He's having a struggle. Yeah, Jotaro, oddly enough, canonically, the book smartest, at least when it comes to the ocean.
Jotaro Kujo.
Jotaro Kujo.
What do you mean? No, it's Joestar. What?
He's got his jazz-playing father who's not around because he's a deadbeat.
At least he's not dead.
Dead. He could be. We never see him. He doesn't matter.
What were we doing?
I'm telling you to read the credits.
Shonen Jumping the Gun is written by Moxie and produced by Isekai Sensei Sama.
We write all these bits. This bit that right now is happening that you think is us just noodling was written out well before this episode was ever recorded. As is all the episodes.
We want to hear from you. So jump on our website, animepodcasterreincarnation.com, where you can find a page to our social media. Come join us in various places and talk to us. And the best place is Discord. Come hang out, chat, lots of fun stuff.
Come to the Discord. Stop not being in the Discord.
You can also find a link up there to our Patreon, where our supporters get perks like voting on certain things that we cover, getting the high-quality stereo version of the podcast early, as well as bonus episodes, which we were just talking about what the next one we're going to do is. And of course, we have to shout out our patrons. So, first and foremost, at our royal tier, we have our Crown Prince, Slimy Okra. Also, at our royal tier, we have our Archduke, imaginary numeral. Imaginary.
Imaginary.
At our noble tier, we've got our marquee, Sir Cake Dwarf.
Cake dwarf. Cake dwarf. Cake dwarf. Cake dwarf.
Also at our
Maybe
noble
in the
tier.
summertime when I'm warmer.
And last, and certainly not least, at our commoner tier, we've got Last Man on Earth, Laura Carroll, and Rena. So thank you so much to all our patrons.
Thank you, patrons, for that. Thank you, Brad, for listing those things. Thank you, listeners, for listening to all of this. Make sure you listen to all of the podcasts on our feed. And Brad, I think I got like a shamanistic contact high. I think I'm gonna see if I can reach out to the spirits. Spirits, if you are out there, give us a sign that we should end the podcast.
Get on with it!
I'll take that as a no. Another episode. On today's episode, another episode of the Secret King arc. This is Shaman King. I looked it up. Now covering this, we have covered 4 series with the word king in the title. What are the other 3? 2 of them should be easy. One of them, not so much.
Let's say Build King.
Yep.
Mori King.
Mm-hmm. Smaller ears. I don't remember the name of it otherwise. I just know the little bit. What's another arc that based a word around?
We did a Beast King one?
Mm-hmm. I don't remember the full title, but it's Beast King is in there. It's like...
Oh, was that the one with the
racism?
No, they all had racism.
They all had racism.
You have to be more specific. No, the sacrificial.
Yes.
And the King of Beasts.
Yes, the King of Beasts. That had king in it. I thought we would have had more kings, but we didn't. The secret. That's why I was like the Secret King arc.
That's because on this show we're all about queens.
Have we had one with queen in the title?
No.
Exactly. We could have a queen arc then. There's got to be enough queens, right? Slay.
Of the Stone Age.
Why? Why would you do this? What? Something Shaman King.
Yes, that's the format.
On today's episode, something Shaman King. Now I'm getting into that. On today's episode, keep your friends close and your spirits closer. It's Shaman King. Mm-hmm. But it's like it's stupid on purpose. I don't know if that's the point. I don't think that's what Shaman King... Maybe that's what Shaman Kings deserves. I don't know. On today's episode, a call from the beyond. This is Shaman King.
Keep a little ghost ride in your soul.
I'm Ghost Rider. On today's episode, get the exorcist out and the spirit in. This is Shaman King.
There it is. Seaweed.
How was that one? I kind of liked that one.
Seaweed and eat it.
There you go. But how'd you like that last one? Or were you too busy getting the seaweed out of your teeth?
What did you say?
On today's episode, get the exorcist out and the spirit in. This is Shaman King. Because it's like technically an exorcist thing, but it isn't. They're specific. He's calling the spirit on. He's not expelling them. But it is technically an exorcist, but he's a shaman. That's different.
It's a reverse exorcism.
I kind of like that, actually.
I mean, one of those.
I think that one was... I like that last one. I think that was good. You ready?
When I re-listen to it again in
You'll
a month,
pick one. Yeah.
I'll be like, oh, that one.
I'm just doing the Haunted Mansion intro again, which I swear I did another episode, but I do not remember which one, so I just get to do it again. They thought we were cold, even though we don't get the warmth down here.
We didn't even use any hot water.
What?
We didn't even use any hot water.
It's been sitting cold enough, it needs to be hotted.
Cold out in the hot?
Why do they call it oven when they oven the cold of out hot, eat the food? Dunk it! Fuck, I have to remember what we were talking about for when this ends. The change of why he's going there.
I can see Ghost Morty.
I was really hoping. My nickname's actually my real name's Rick.
Morty. I see dead people.
I see Ghost Morty. You can see Ghost Morty. Like Morty is forever. Well, because it's not even Marty. Because Morty in Rick and Morty is just this is going after beeps. Rick and Morty, because it's just the Doc and Marty from Back to the Future. Like, Morty is just a malapropism of Marty. But his name in this case is literally Morty, is Mortimer. Mm-hmm. Which, honestly, again, I still think fits. I don't have more material on Rick and Morty in relation to this. It's got to heat up the water, Brad. I got to have hot water when I wash my face later. So I've played more Beastie Ball, and I'm in the city now, unexpectedly. And there are certain beasties that you can get in the city by throwing trash away in the trash can, and they'll pop out of the trash can. And one of them is a bird that looks like it's trying to dress up in the trash like a pretty dress. And that's pretty great. There's a giant possum punk guy who just looks like a man. Like, he just looks like a furry possum man. And I like him a lot. He's great. He looks like he should evolve from something, but he just doesn't. He just is fully formed as a giant man-shaped possum creature. I'm trying to think if anything else super cool happened. One of the gym fights was, it's on an island, and it's in the context of there's a bunch of people who there are pirates, and they put on a pirate show. And you have to do, like, when they're like, yeah, we'll take your request, we'll do the fight. And you have to, like, play along that you're the hero and they're the villains. And they literally at the beginning they go, if you play along into the show that we're the baddies, we'll pay you extra. And at the end I always played like I was the good guy fighting the bad guys, and afterwards, just to true to their word, they paid me extra. And I'm like, that's fun. I like that. But it's like you fight two of their other ones while you're doing these little puzzles, and then you get to fight the main one, and that was a heck of a brawl. The strategies are getting harder. I'm continuing to brute force them, but the tactics are becoming more bullshit. Because it's like, I can do the thing that your ball, no matter where you throw it, has to come to me. And I'll just make that beastie super defensed up, so you're just kind of fucked. And I don't have a lot of moves that move things around. I mostly have moves that hit people very hard. And you know what? It's been working for me. Air, come on. Come on, air.
Come on, Arlene. In this moment, I know everything.
I am stapling.
Brad,
have you been playing anything recently? Besides Factorio, which is on your brain?
I have played Ready or Not a couple times.
Yes. How do you feel about it?
Well, I keep quitting because I'm playing on casual, and it's still so unforgiving. So I'll like start a level and go a little ways, and then someone will die or I'll get shot, and I'll just quit because I'm like, fuck that shit. I put it on casual for a reason.
Oh, does it auto end, or you just like my record has been tarnished and I can't stand it?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, I know. Sometimes you've got the brain goblins.
Like, I could understand if I was playing on normal or harder, right? But like, I put it on casual. Make it easy. That's what that mode is for.
This is a power fantasy.
I just want to yell at them and have them give up, and if they don't, I want to shoot them. And if that doesn't work, then I'm not having fun.
What is happening that's not those two things?
I go up, and the guy's over there, and I'm like, get down! Drop your weapon! Get down on the ground! Drop your weapon! And I'm yelling and yelling and yelling, and they're just sort of moving around. And then they start shooting at me, and I'm like instantly...
How soon after you shout at them that they don't respond that you can shoot at them, or not until...
realistically, you shouldn't shoot at them until they make a move to
attack you. Okay, but I feel like with guns, that's too late.
Well, and especially when I was playing yesterday, there was like an old lady in between me and the guy.
Oh my goodness, she should get down on the ground. What game were? Oh, it was for Breakpoint, where it's just like people are not understanding a gunfight is happening. Like, now is not the time to run in front of this window while standing. Now is the time to get on the ground.
Yeah, crawl away.
Keep your head down, and they just don't understand that a gunfight is going on. We got to play more Breakpoint.
Yeah.
Come on, hot water heater.
I was thinking that.
Heater that hot water.
Yesterday? Today? It's hard because like everything that I want to play is with you guys.
Exactly. This is why I bought a bunch of video games and have just been cycling through them. And play more Beastie Ball. It's like a game that I'm both like moving towards being done with, and also I don't want to be done with just because it's just so very charming. I'm very curious how I'm not going to get my ass ripped open by the final gym leaders unless I'm super overpowered, which it won't make sense story-wise, but might just be how it is. Maybe I'll just have to actually play smart finally.
Get smart.
Yeah. I'm still upset that one beastie turned into such a fucking nightmare. I showed you guys that. I literally deleted the other arcs. I'm like, I don't want to ever see this again. It was such an eyesore. Every time I see, I'm like, I can't bring myself to release him. But every time I have to look into my reserves, there he is. And I'm just like, a baby, a monster. Come on.
Hey, After Beeps listener, we're just checking in here again. We have been sitting here waiting for this.
My water heater
to stop running for
water, even though nothing is happening in the home.
5 minutes so far.
We always have to turn my AC system off when we come down here, so that doesn't turn on. But every so often, the water heater can go. You know what you need? Hot water, I guess, and it will do so for probably 5 to 10 minutes.
So now, you'll know that part where we were like, we forgot what we were talking about. This is why, because of the water heater coming in. And we can't keep going until that's done. Man, I still really like that milk jug light cover. I still want to get an actual thing for it. So one day I'll maybe remember that. Because I can only think about it while I'm sitting here. Otherwise, I just don't see it. Folks, ladies and germs, we had one time when we had people down here for the radio show recording, which will hopefully be released by the time you hear this. Maybe. I said hopefully, not for sure. But we wanted to make the light as less aggressive because it's kind of aggressive. So we cut open the top of a milk jug and put it on it, and that is now sitting on the light bulb in our little studio space. Boy, that water's getting hot. I should take a shower just to celebrate. It's going to be boiling.
I'm going to look at my phone. Because it's like we can talk, but we can't talk about anything in particular. Squibbity bip bop. Squibbity bip bop. Man, that night when we finally played Chain together is gonna be insane. we are gonna all be yelling at each other so much.
Mostly at Bobo.
Mostly if he's playing chaotic that night. That's the thing. Bobo is like can always surprise me.
He can help himself.
What?
I don't think he can help himself.
No, but sometimes he super locks in. Like he has moments where he can be, if he wants to, he can be hyper capable, and that's where I don't know if he's just going to be an Agents of Chaos or not. It's like, well, what? I'm excited for that night, and I'm excited for sometime in the future of Drunk Night, the sequel, where we play Ultimate Chicken Horse. I mean, I still think about us getting drunk and playing Bluey. That was a fun night of 100%, or almost 100%.
That was so great. Just going in the backyard with the mom and just
what? You can't just cut off.
Staring off into the
just jumping around in that game and throwing stuff everywhere.
Having war flashbacks.
Yeah, I forgot about that. What was it? Because you'd get up on the hedge and you'd just stare off camera. Yeah.
Or, walk real close to the camera and just stare into the...
play Keepy Uppy every single screen to get all the stamps. It's crazy to me. I mean, I always guess it's like they want to rush it out, but just like how short and how much of a kind of buggy mess it is. And it's just like, this is one of the biggest properties on the planet right now. That was a weird thing when I was away. So 2 trips ago, so this would have been, I guess, the beginning of 2025. Bluey stuff all over the place. Like, not even just like, oh, they're selling into the stores, because they might have been, I don't know, probably not in the stores in the boat.
Already. Who are you talking
I guess we were on, I think we were just on chat. We were probably playing Factorio. I'm just still really blown away that there was just like, all Bluey is gone. Bluey nonstop last time, no Bluey. Not a speck of Bluey anywhere to be seen. Very strange. Don't know what happened.
It's because it's too woke.
No. No other Bluey came out between then and now. There can't be woke Bluey. It was already woke to begin with at the time last time.
No, it was woke then, but
they figured it out finally.
We're fascists now, don't you know?
Somebody told them that it was woke. Well, they're Australians, so.
No, all the big companies went fascist this year.
You're right. No, they did last year. They did last year. Like last year. Well, I guess it was at the eaves of it happening last time. So, okay. Thank you. Thank you for doing it. Get on with it. Man, we were not doing good energy-wise, and that fucking water heater going on killed the momentum. Like, we were just, it's just like, I'm like, it's mid. Like, you were kind of light before, and I think